You are now listening to Radio HAVN.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for yet again another episode over here at Radio HAVN. Hope you guys have been enjoying the vibes that we've been putting out so far, while we do have so much more in store for you guys. But this time, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, I'm gonna skip introducing myself. Hopefully, you guys remember who I am. If you don't, I'm DJ McLovin. Just gotta still put it out there as manners. But this time, I just got to witness greatness, and it's an honor and privilege to bring you guys even more culture for the people, for the masses. So listen, right now, here's what I need you to do. Before I introduce who we have in the Radio HAVN studio, I need you to subscribe. I need you to tell a friend to lock in. I need you to send this link out to anyone and everyone. I need you to go knock on your neighbor's door. I need you to tell your mailman to tell every house he goes to lock on into Radio HAVN, not just for this episode, but for every episode. And with this episode, we are bringing you someone that has echoed constantly throughout the Caribbean, throughout America, throughout the UK, throughout all the continents realistically, okay? If you don't know, you will learn today, because in the studio joining us, the legendary man himself. Make some noise for Boogy Rankss.
Thank you for having me, man.
Man, I'm still, I think I passed Cloud 9 a while ago, okay? I passed Cloud 9 a while ago because I got to sit and witness greatness, okay? The people will find out when they tap into getting to hear your set, in case they haven't heard it before they hear the interview. But yo, if you haven't heard it yet, after this, the next video you need to go to is his set, because honestly, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to take in, there's a lot to discover, not just about what you played, which we're gonna get into, but also just about, you know, who Boogy Rankss is, what you're putting out there for the culture. But before we get into that, first and foremost, how you feeling? Talk to me.
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, man. It's nice outside. You know, it's warm. You know what I'm saying? I got the shorts on. The Knicks won yesterday, so I got to represent. So I'm feeling good, man. Today's a good day, man.
It sure is. It sure is. I mean, not just outside, but inside over here.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you coming over here and taking the time to showcase your skills and talk to the people, educate them a little bit, tell them a little about who you are, and just, you know, bringing your presence over here. We're very, very big on energy, and your energy has honestly blessed this place. So thank you so much, first and foremost.
Thank you, man.
As a DJ, as a producer, first and foremost, I've told him before, and I'm going to tell you again on camera, I'm first and foremost a fan. I have so much fun getting to play music that you've produced and created and put out there. So many of them have gone viral. Yeah. So many of them have mashed up so many parties and fetes and have sounded tremendous. And the reaction that people get and give when they hear these sounds are just so rewarding, because not only am I getting to play the music, but I'm also getting to support you as a fan. So it's like a full circle moment, at least for me. Yeah. How does that, like, you know, feel, I guess, being on the receiving end of, like, whether you're out and about or like you see your stuff going viral? Like let's talk about that first.
I'm not gonna lie, it's like I pay attention to it, but then I also try not to, because I try to be as humble as possible. So I don't really like to be like, oh yeah, man, I'm the greatest. I done mashed this up. I done did that. So when I receive it, it's just like a thank you. I'm happy, you know, but for me, it's always more work to do. I always feel like I can do better. I always feel like there's just more to do. Like, I'm not done. Like, I'm literally just beginning. So that's how I feel. But I receive the praise. I receive the good words and the vibes that everybody bring. And I just flip it and reverse it, man. You know what I'm saying?
That exact same feeling of, like, there's always more work to be done. Mm-hmm. That feeling, I don't know. I don't think that's a feeling that ever leaves people that are in our industry, where like they feel as though, like, all right, like, party's done. All right, cool. Like, no, like, sometimes we go from the party to the studio. Yeah. You know, or like we'll, even if we're not in the studio, like, our laptop will come to bed with us, and like we'll still be like right there tagging or producing or making something like that. Like, that feeling right there, I know I definitely resonate with that heavily. So a lot of producers out there, if you're looking to become a producer, if you're looking to become a DJ, the work does not start and end with, when you get to an event, when you get to a party and you open up your laptop and you just perform.
The work is 24/7, man.
There's
24/7.
It never ever stops.
Yeah.
And with that, there is a lot of learning that comes into it. And I think this is where I think it's a good spot to tap into the history of Boogy Rankss, because obviously, every flower, every tree, does start from a seed, and then eventually it does grow and build foundation. So why don't we give the people a bit of an origin story of Boogy Rankss? Let's talk about where you're coming from, what you're representing. Let's give them a little bit of a history of Boogie.
Sure. So, boom, man. It's I want to say all my life, you know what I'm saying? It took to get to this point. So, my mother was born in St. Kitts, Nevis in the West Indies. My father was born in Belize in Central America. And then I was born in London, UK. You feel me? And then I live in Harlem, New York City. So I have influence from literally all of those places in me, in my blood. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say I always was into music. When I say about 5 years old was when I got into like hip hop music. So I want to say majority of my life, believe it or not, I was into hip hop and trap music. When I was like 5, that was like 2004, you know what I'm saying? Not even, maybe more than that. But around that time, you had like Usher and Fat Joe and 50 Cent, and like all these artists was just coming out at the same time, just dropping heat back to back to back to back to back. So that was a good time, even for soca music too, and dancehall music. So I got introduced to all those things around that time. My dad, there was nobody that like DJ'd or produced to like, make me want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So all of that was just like, yo, I really want to figure this out. So I want to say, fast forward to 2011, right? 2011, Young Money was like at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Lil Wayne. If y'all don't know, bro, I am the heaviest Lil Wayne fan, bro. I love me some Lil Wayne. So, during that time, he had No Ceilings in 2009, but around that same time, he had No Ceilings out. And all these different mixtapes was out, and I wanted to make me a mixtape. And when I heard the mixtapes, you would hear the DJs on there like, DJ Scream or, Swamp Izzo. All these different DJs would talk on the mixtape and mix the songs in. So I wanted to do the same thing. So then I went on Google to find out, the DJing, what I could do with DJing. I found Virtual DJ, and I started making mixes on there. And I'm not sure if you used Virtual DJ before.
That was like way back when I had a little crappy little Toshiba and I was trying to get into it myself. So yeah, most DJs I feel like probably started off on Virtual DJ of some sort. So yeah.
So I was using the Virtual DJ, and one thing I think Serato should implement is the cut feature, right? So when you recording, you can cut your recording into tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not really worth it now because everybody is on, the phone or, you know what I'm saying? But during that time when we used to burn CDs, I used to cut the tracks. So I used to make mixtapes just like that. And I figured out how to mix and everything on there. And then eventually, got to Serato, and eventually I'm DJing like little kickbacks with my friends. Then that turned into like, I remember my first gig was like a 5-year-old birthday party. And then after that, I went to college, and then I'm doing big events, big stages. Yeah, so that's the DJing aspect. As far as producing now, I don't even know how I got into it. Just happened, bro. Like, I found out. Okay, so it kind of ties back into the whole mixtape thing. So then I tried to rap a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I tried rapping at one point, and with that, I think I was using like GarageBand. You know what I'm saying? And there's when I found out you can literally produce on the laptop. You just press Command K, keyboard pops up. It got all the sounds there. So I just started messing around with it. Now, granted, I loved music all my life, so I kind of had rhythm and all that stuff, and DJing also helps with rhythm and mapping out, And then I will say I did take piano lessons throughout my time, so that also helped with, music theory and all those things like that. So that's how the producing started. I found out I could do it, and I went crazy with it.
Crazy is actually an understatement. Let's start there. Crazy is actually an understatement because the virality that you possess with the songs that you've produced, the songs that you've put out, the artists that you've collabed with that have hopped on those rhythms and have definitely helped, shed some more light into your talents, into making sounds what they are today. Yeah, crazy is probably an understatement. If you have not heard a Boogy Rankss song or rhythm, stop living under a rock. Open your ears, open your eyes, and
let them know.
Be more open to culture. The same way over here, you're going to see a lot of people that come through Radio HAVN that are from all different walks of life. But I always like to tell people, I'm like, yo, you could be from this continent, that continent, this country, this corner of the world, whatever. It's still one world.
Yeah.
It's still one world. And like you said, you're gathering influences from New York, the UK, Belize, St. Kitts, and tying those things in and bridging those gaps and grabbing all those different influences definitely showcase, at least to me, in your work.
Yeah.
So what do you find, I guess what would be let's not give out the full blueprint. Let's not give out the full sauce, because if you know, and if you want to know, then come find out, and just stream the stuff and listen to it. That's the best way to support.
For sure.
Okay. What would you say is one of your most solidified tools in terms of bridging these different places, these different sounds together?
That's a good question. I would say that I'm very big on sound, right? When I'm listening to different artists from different places, I listen to what it is that makes them, right? So majority of the time they playing the beat a certain way, especially in soca. Soca is so vast because there's so many different islands in the Caribbean Sea that they soca so many different ways. So I'm listening to what makes this soca from Barbados, what makes this soca from Trinidad, what makes this soca from St. Kitts, what makes this soca from St. Croix, from Martinique, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to the sounds that they're using, and then I'm really just going to take everything and mesh it together. I'm taking everything and mesh it together. And, I think for me, once you hear it, or once I hear it, I know that I made something new but old at the same time. So it's it's new, but it's very familiar. Oh, I heard this before. I just don't know where. Yeah.
And you essentially get a visualizer of how that would play out in the places that it would be played in, and bringing that together. That's a skill set in itself and a very useful tool as a producer and as DJ, which is really dope that you have both of those things to kind of mesh together, because I've seen people who are producers but don't necessarily translate it over to being a DJ or how I would play as a DJ. And then DJs that can't necessarily bridge over into produce, because the DJ and a producer, they're two different creatives.
For sure.
They are two different creatives,
two different part
worlds.
Of the brains too. It's
a lot of similarities, but just as many differences.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing to understand the difference in between. But you did mention a heavy amount of islands. You mentioned soca a number of different times. And I feel like there's unfortunately still too many people that don't have a proper understanding of soca music. So in Boogy Rankss' definition, for people out there watching, what is soca?
Well, soca came from calypso, which soca means the soul of calypso. So for the most part, soca generally advertises carnival. The carnival that's in different islands perspective, islands or whatever. So soca really is to gear you up, is to hype up carnival. When you're in carnival, you're drinking, you're liming, you're dancing, you're winding up, you're going down. All the different things that a lot of these soca songs are telling you to do primarily relates to carnival. So what soca is for Boogie now, I gave you the broad now. For Boogie now, for me, it's another genre where you can express yourself however you want to. It's happy music. and it's feel good music. And to me, there's really no parameters. There's no, as long as there's a, for me, that's soca right there. You're just gonna start moving. You're gonna have to start tapping your feet. You're gonna have to start nodding your head. Yeah, that's boogie soca there.
That, first off, great definition. I love that you gave two separate ones, because like you gave like the general one, then you gave like what soca is for boogie as a person, like for yourself. That's actually beyond perfect, like way better of an explanation. I feel like me as a DJ, I will say firsthand, I did not necessarily grow up to soca music. I was, born in Brooklyn, and I was luckily to be born in New York, where you being here for so long, every city, every neighborhood, every borough sounds, smells, looks different.
Yep.
So to absorb all these different cultures, it almost feels like you're able to catch a flight to any of these countries very quickly just by going to another spot. And that the part where you mentioned like it's very freedom of expression, that's a really big deal, because as I started immersing myself into soca music, that's what it felt like more than anything.
Yeah.
It felt like such a free space to really just be who I want to be, and then have a sound of what it feels like to be in that space.
Right.
And the spectrum, there's no end and there's no beginning.
Right. Yeah.
There's quite literally no end, no beginning. And you, as a producer, as a producer and a DJ, because after hearing what I just heard, which again, listen to it from beginning to end, listen to it from beginning to end. And then when you're done and you get to the end and there's that little replay button, just tap that a few more times, all right?
A couple times, yeah.
Okay, when you produce, the rhythms I've heard you produce, none are like the other. There might be small similarities, but realistically, again, as a producer, you showcase that spectrum. So let's tap into that for a second. Where do you find like what are your personal like fundamentals? Like, do you find like there's something that you kind of look towards producing like a little bit more than like other vibes? Because you've produced compa, you've produced soca, you've mashed up the two before. You've also you've done a lot. And again, like you said, to know that this is only the beginning, I can't even begin to imagine like what the road looks like ahead. I'm just excited to see. But what are like the, I guess, more like niche styles that you find a little bit more fun that you like sticking to?
I don't have one. I'll be honest with you. You know how like with hip hop, if you go on YouTube, you could type in Pierre Bourne type beat or this Timberland type beat. Like, I don't do type beats. Say it again. Yeah, I don't do type beats. I don't like doing type beats. Like, I make new stuff every single time. However, because of the success of certain songs that have a type of rhythm, I would closely resemble that, so that way, other people who enjoyed the previous rhythm that I made, they can have a chance to showcase their talents on that rhythm. But for the most part, I don't have a special type of rhythm that I like to make. I'm making Denery, which is Lucian. I'm making Shata, which is from Guadeloupe and Martinique. I'm making dancehall, Afro soca. I'm making bouillon. I'm making jab. I make it all. I try to do all that I can. And really my goal is to really just try to work with. If I could work with everybody, I would love to work with everybody. Because everybody just have a different flavor, a different feel, and music is subjective. So they can do one part, like how we have a rhythm, 5 different songs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's 5 different people with 5 different views, or whatever vibe they get from the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really don't have like a niche or like that one thing. But people will tell me, bro, oh, I know a boogie rhythm when I hear it. Oh yeah, I know that. That's the boogie snare, or that's the boogie this, that, and the third. People coined boogie bounce. I have a boogie bounce.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know what that is, man. But
I mean, listen, if it keeps the name relevant, it is boogie. It is boogie, right? Yeah. Do you ever feel like there's a ceiling or a limitation with that style of creativity? Because you've expressed like the limit, like it's limitless, but do you ever feel like there's ever a point where you reach or feel like there's like a ceiling that you're hitting that you can't break through, or like there's like a limit in terms of how far your work can go?
No, not at all. Like I said, I'm trying everything. I done tried soca house music. I tried making a soca house rhythm. And the thing is, it's different. It's not, once I start touching those kind of avenues, I'm kind of straying away from the carnival aspect of soca, right? But I got different like soca dance hall, soca hip hop. I be trying to make all kind of different stuff. I'm putting rock elements into the soca. I try all different sounds. One thing about me is, like, as a producer, what people don't like to do, right? People like to, work fast. They want to work fast. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is there. I like to take my time and figure it out. I will sit down for 2 hours. If it's 2 hours or 3 hours, I'll sit down going through sounds to make sure I can pick out the perfect sound and mesh it together well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be telling you before, like sounds are so important to me because all of that matters. Rock, if I'm hearing rock music, that snare that they're using is not the same snare that you're going to hear in a house music or that you're going to hear in a dance or electronic or EDM. Like, it's different stuff. So I make sure that, I'm going through different sounds. I'll sit down and go through sounds, and I'm going to make some new every single time. There's no ceiling, bro. None.
So I'm gonna I guess pull the cat out of the bag. I don't even know if that's the right term to use for this, but you literally hit and expressed and explained a lot of things that I personally witnessed as a fan of yours, where there's like that no limitation. There's just room to be able to try different things, connect different things, and bridge different things. Because I feel like a lot of times I've been told, like, no, you need to pick a lane. You need to stick with this. You need to stick with that. And here you are, a successful representative of what that looks like, being able to not stick to just one particular thing. Like, yeah, you just came over here, you did a soca set. But in that set, if you really listen, if people out there really listen, they're going to hear a lot of other influences, a lot of other forms of manipulation, a lot of other sounds that you glue together, that you bridge together, bridging countries together, bridging sounds together, stuff that you produce, and showcasing that it is possible to take sounds, to take culture, and essentially make an audio version of a salad.
Yeah.
Like, New York, we're a salad bowl.
Yeah. I think the thing is this, right? I think, no offense to anyone, but this is
a hot take. This is a hot take.
No, not even. I just think that there's just certain parts of your brain that you have to, I guess, reach in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the average person can really gravitate to that. If a majority of the people are going to what's hot, what just came out, they're going to the past. And it's fine to go to the past, but now how do you make it your future? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, go to the past and it still sound like the past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, all right, for instance, right? I remember in college, one of my teachers told me, said that you can't be, what he said, you can't be great at two things. You're going to be great at one. Right? I said, no, you can. He said, no, you could probably be okay at two things, but you got to be great. I'm like, nah. I said, I can do whatever I want to as long as I put my brain to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, no, like I said, no offense to anyone. It's just certain stuff that's like, no, I'm going to figure it out. I have to figure it out.
I've heard so many times, like, oh, sky's the limit, sky's the limit. That was probably one of the first lies I can remember. And I'm like,
we got the stratosphere, bro. We got the stars, man. We got the sun.
Skies, we just have people going to the moon again.
Yeah, bro. Sky is not the limit, bro.
And again, a prime representative where, again, you will all see or have seen, and hopefully will find time to come out and see it live in person. You'll get to see the fact that not only are you performing as a DJ and putting on a performance. That was a performance. I'm still thinking about it. Okay, and honestly, like there's a part of me that's like struggling with the interview because he put me in a space right now. I just want to go and lime. I just want to grab a little rum and just go and vibe.
Yeah.
But it's still this is still like it's amazing to hear like the behind the scenes story of how you were able to reach a point where you were able to put that together as well as put the beats, put the sounds together. Put these songs together.
Yeah.
You've done it all. And again, I can't, it's just still so much fun. Like after DJ tomorrow, is Boogy Rankss a part of that set? Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Is Boogy Rankss on your phone?
Yeah.
No? Fix that.
Nah.
Now,
I gotta be at this point, man. Come on, man.
Fix that.
Fix that. Man.
Okay? There's too many ways to indicate that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, Let's is there a certain, I guess, controversy that you feel is out there that you feel maybe like the need to like touch on that, might be a hot take, it might be something that you just like, yo, let's just clear this, like, yo, Boogie is this and this is not Boogie, or like anything.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I don't like controversy, man. I like to just chill. If you know me, if you met me and you really get to know me, my main thing I love to do is just chill. I don't be in the mix. I don't be hearing it. I just chill. So controversy as far as Boogie, nah, ain't nothing to address there. But I've been hearing this thing, the whole carnival thing. I'm not sure if you heard about it with Killer and
Masha.
And
what Killer, I saw that Killer said something in regard to like what he was telling Speed on his like crazy like tour of the Caribbean. And then Masha came to New York recently and was talking.
Yeah, he was talking about it. So all I will say on this is that because for some reason, Carnival is very it's a very touchy subject for some Caribbean people. But I would say this is that one, I've never been to Trinidad Carnival.
Same.
Yeah, I've never been to Trinidad Carnival. I've never been to Spice Smash. So
price tag.
My view is based off what I see, right? So not based off of me being there before I say anything about it. But what I would say is this, is that from what I see, Trinidad Carnival is the top one, right? That's the one that we see the most. That's the one that we hear about the most. That's the one that they refer to as the greatest show on earth. You know what I'm saying? So when he used the word commercialized, I don't think he means watered down in any sense. It's literally commercialized. When you see a commercial, you're branding something that, everyone should see versus a Spice Mass. Some people don't even know that it's called Spice Mass. They're calling it Grenada Carnival. It's called Spice Mass.
Yep. That's
so true. It's not commercialized. It's not something where it's like, yo, yeah, come to Grenada, bro. This is where it's at. This is where you got to be at. Versus Trinidad Carnival. You heard about that so many times. So many people are comparing so many different other carnivals to Trinidad Carnival. So they are two different things. They do two different things there. When you go to Spice Mass, bro, you seeing all kind of craziness, bro. You seeing doll heads. You seeing people dragging pig heads by chains. You seeing jab horns. You seeing oil. You seeing water. You seeing paint. It's a whole different kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I would say about that. You know what I mean? I'm Team Killer, bro. I don't think he said anything wrong to Speed. He said it in the most concise way for him to understand what's the difference between Trinidad Carnival and Spice Mass. So yeah.
And in terms of just being a chill guy, I can definitely again resonate with that because we're literally just trying to go and vibe.
Yeah.
We really just reach out to vibe. We just want to play some tunes, push the culture, play some vibes. That's literally all it is. Some of us are genuinely just like that.
Yeah.
But yo, again, you giving us so much of your time. I just really appreciate that. And I really, really hope that you return. I know when you do come back, it'll be new beats. It'll be a new mix.
New songs, new everything.
There's stuff. it's tough to keep up with you. You know, you may be chill, but you quick. Okay, because I feel like I just did like a Boogie update recently, and now I got to do a whole other Boogie update again because you're
gonna have to keep updating, Mo. This is how it's gonna have to be, man.
Your foot has been on the gas pedal, and don't take it off, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, I think it's glued. It's glued there.
It's glued right there.
Yeah,
as it should be.
Yeah,
as it should be. So. Listen, we gave people a lot of education. We gave people a lot of insight. We gave people some history. We gave people some knowledge. We gave probably and hopefully some future DJs or aspiring DJs and producers some inspiration, some words of wisdom, which again, I appreciate you for and thank you so much for. But for the people that are like, this wasn't enough, we need to come and experience Boogie live. We need to go and see firsthand. We need to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And we need to maybe adjust some of our playlists a little bit because we're lacking Boogie Rankss on the phone because people need to realize hopping on the aux or hopping on the Bluetooth is a responsibility.
Yeah.
They may not be able to do what we can do, but you know, if we were to give people a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of extra juice in the tank, a little bit of, you know, gas. You know, gas is up right now.
No, for real.
Let's give them some. So where can they find you? What's coming up for Boogie? What do you have cooking up? Like talk. Let's. This is your spot right there. Plug it all in.
So boom, right? I be mostly on Instagram. You can find me at Boogy Rankss on Instagram. BOOGYRANKSS. 2 S's. They be forgetting the second S all the time, or they might spell BOOGIE, no, or BOGGY, nah, BOOGYRANKSS on Instagram. You'll find everything there. You see my mixes that I put out, new songs that I'm dropping, parties that's coming up. Everything is there, man. Y'all gonna see me. I got like a gig later on this month, May 29th. I got one June 5th. I'm going to be outside, man. We got one in July. We got one in August. Man, I got everything coming up. But you can find everything there on Instagram. I am on TikTok. Same name, Boogy Rankss with 2 S. You can find me on Facebook, Boogy Rankss. I'm there, wherever you need me at.
And of course, you're also on streaming platforms. People can find you
Apple Music. I'm on Spotify. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on Amazon Music, Deezer, whatever you use to play music. Pandora, if you still use Pandora, I'm on there too. You feel me? So yeah.
There's quite literally too many ways for you to find this man, for you to stream the music, for you to take a listen, for you to like, share, subscribe.
For sure.
Okay, show my man Boogie Rankss some love. Actually, I also have one more question. What is your favorite rhythm or song you've ever produced?
I think for me is Bamzi by Added Rankin and Young Brother. When I made that beat, like usually I'm not really like, you know, yo, this beat is fire, bro. Like when I make my beats, I make the beat, I'm like, all right, bet on to the next one. But that particular one, when I made that beat, as I was making the beat, I was like, nah, bro, this is fire, bro. This is fire. I played that beat over about like 10 times. And yeah, man, I sent it to Added sent it to Young Brother. That came true. And then I sent it to Perry Jack. Shout out Perry Jack. He mixed and mastered it, and he just made it sound so full and so heavy. And yeah, anytime when I hear that in the car, when I hear that live, when I hear it in the AirPods, when I hear it on my phone, it don't matter where I hear it. Yeah, that beat is hands down one of my favorites for sure.
Ladies, that one's for you.
Yeah.
That one right there, that is strictly for you.
For the ladies.
And
that's the thing too. I like to make music for the ladies, man. When I'm making my beats, I'm making it for the ladies. Just to let y'all know. Yeah.
You just gave y'all another ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about the ladies when y'all producing.
And when you're playing.
10 times better.
And when you're playing. Ladies run the parties.
Oh yeah.
They run the parties.
That's what we go to parties for.
Facts.
Yeah.
I completely agree. That's
number one
right there.
Number one is the ladies, and then 2 is the music. Then it's the music, yeah.
Yeah.
And then some for some people 2 might be the drinks. And then 3 the music. But ladies is number 1, for sure.
Number 1 for sure. Yo. And again, still added on another song that I thoroughly enjoy playing. That was something I had to make sure, like in Soca Mania 2, I was like, nah, this needs like a proper mixing, because that right there, I feel like that's, to me, that's what, like, that's like a boogie sound.
Yeah.
That steady kick, that steady rhythm, nice full bass.
Yeah.
Like that to me, that's to me what feels like, okay, yeah, this is a boogie rhythm right here. Like that steadiness right there. Because there's pace. There's no dead space at all. It's just vibe from start. It's a rhythm, it's a beat that you could listen to from start to end.
Yep.
That right there. And in the music industry, it's like, yo, people have shortened a lot of things down now. But that, nah, let that one ride.
Let that ride out, man.
Let that one ride out. And ladies, open your ears. I mean, I know your weight's gonna be moving, but open your ears when you listen to that, because there's an element of sweetness, and then there's an element of vibes.
Yeah.
And then you have sweet vibes.
Yeah, sweet vibes. Yeah,
right?
I like that.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
But once again, Boogy Rankss, thank you so much for coming over here down to Radio Haven. We really do appreciate it. We really hope to see you back over here again soon.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be keeping a big eye on what's to come next. Also, for everybody listening, he listed all of his socials, which will also be down in the description below. So make sure you tap in, you follow, you go show love, you go and support the artists, support the creatives. If you want to see more of it, okay, that's honestly what helps us. It's not signing deals. It's the people. You guys are the voice. You guys are people that help keep us pushing and keep us moving. So if you want to see more like this, like, share, comment, subscribe, not just on Radio Haven, but also on Boogy Rankss page. He told you so many different ways. There's Deezer, Pandora, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Mix, you name it. So many different ways to capture and listen and support. So be sure to look out for that and just lock on in. And of course, I've been your host, DJ McLovin. We will see you again real soon with another special guest as we bring you guys nothing but the best. Until next time, catch you later.